Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're going to try and get a little bit of milling done. We've got, I don't know, 2 hours or so today to try getting some stuff done. And while I know that I think last week for you guys was Thanksgiving, since the videos are a week behind, this week for me is Thanksgiving week. So I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have later on in the week. So anyway, we're going to try turning these. We got 2 cants here and then another one over there, and see if we can't turn these into some tapered clapboard siding. Alright, so when we were cutting these cants down initially, since the log was so big, I wasn't able to get it quite perfectly square to start with. So we've got this thing kind of tilted up a little bit so that the back of it is flat against the back uprights here. And we're going to take a pass off from the top, then we're going to put on our spacer strip on the one side here, flip it over, and then we can start milling siding off from it. Alright, we're finishing up here today by work light again, but we did get 2 of the 3 cants milled up into siding. Alright, so we've had an interesting little development here over Thanksgiving, and that is that it was very, very windy and rainy. It was just kind of nasty out for a day or 2 there, and that caused us a little bit of issues with something on the Millhouse here. So where we framed in the windows here on the south side of the Millhouse, kind of got them tacked up in there in place. They still need a few more screws before I hook siding on them, just to really hook them in place real solid there. But it appears that in one of these big gusts of wind, and it was really moving down through here, it picked up one of those pieces of plywood that we had up there to stand on, and it slammed it against one of the framed in window areas there. It cracked the piece of plywood in half, and it also knocked out the 2x4s that we had up there that were framing in the windows, and actually broke a couple of the 2x4s as well. So that thing really had to be moving when it hit it, especially to break the piece of plywood in half as well. So we sustained a little bit of damage from that, and we're going to try getting that fixed up here for this last little bit for this week. So I pulled all the screws out of these. We're gonna replace them because after having been messed around like that, we don't want to take a chance with those anymore. But every single one of those screws was either bent or sheared in half. And also, this guy right here, that is the same screw. That's the head, and then that is the rest of it. That got bent at basically a 90-degree angle. Okay, so we're gonna do this a little bit weird because, believe it or not, even with all of the stuff, all the wood that we've got laying around here, there is not a single 2x4 that is long enough to be kind of this, which one? I can't figure out which way I'm going. There we go. That one right there on the edge. There's not one that's long enough that is straight, that hasn't gotten warped or something, that we can use for the one that broke. So we're gonna put up all the rest of it, and I've got some 2x6s around that I could rip down, but I'm not gonna mess with firing the mill up today. So we're gonna put all the rest of it up, get that in place, and then next week when we're out here, we'll have the mill running. We can just rip one of those 2x6s down to a 2x4 and then kind of throw this on the side. Okay, well, we're almost back to as good as new. We still got to add on one more 2x4 right over there, and then we'll be good. But like I said, we won't do that till next week. So next week, we'll do our last camp that we've got ready to go here. It is over down there. I think that's it. We'll get that milled up into siding. I got some ideas for how to do the siding a little bit better with how to do the jig for that. So hopefully I'll be able to get that ready to go before I want to get that milled up. And then hopefully we should be able to put some of that siding up as well. So this is going to be it for this week. Like I said, it was Thanksgiving this week because our weeks are a little bit off between upload and real time. So happy Thanksgiving to you guys, a week late. So this is going to be it for this week. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next week.